Hey everyone. So here's the deal. The market's playing a bit of a waiting game right now. We're not quite ready for that breakout we've all been hoping for, which means we're probably looking at next week before we see any real action. And you know what? Those Sunday pumps we sometimes see, yeah, don't get too excited about those. They're usually fakeouts that don't lead anywhere meaningful. But here's what I want you to understand. This thing is coming, and it's coming big. Sure, crypto's down a little today, and so is the Russell 2000, along with some other markets. But guys, I'm telling you, the crypto market hasn't been positioned this well in literally 4 years. This thing is about to go blasty-blast, my friends. This is the moment we've been waiting for. I keep showing you indicator after indicator, and they just keep stacking up in our favor. Now, just because we can see all these signals doesn't mean it's happening today, or tomorrow, or even next week. But we are absolutely living in that sweet spot where everything just makes sense for a massive move to happen. The patience game. Your key to life-changing wealth. Let me talk about something super important for a minute. Patience. If you want to achieve truly life-changing wealth in crypto, especially with XRP, patience isn't just helpful, it's everything. I've got this incredible example from one of the absolute best chart analysts out there that I want to share with you. But the bottom line is this. The people who hodl, the ones who can sit tight and wait, those are the people who get lottery-winning levels of wealth. That's not an exaggeration, that's literally what we're talking about here. That's the prize we're all shooting for. Why XRP is still a sleeping giant. Here's something that might blow your mind. Even after that price surge that started back in November, there's still so little money in XRP compared to its potential.
We're talking about an asset where it honestly doesn't take that much money flowing in to see the price double, triple, or even quadruple. That's exactly why all these chart analysts calling for double-digit price targets this market cycle aren't crazy at all. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you exactly where the price is going. But those predictions, they're totally reasonable given the math. Right now, XRP is sitting at $2.98, which is right in that buy wall zone one of my favorite analysts was highlighting just a couple days ago. Pretty interesting how it's holding there even while the broader market has been sliding, and Bitcoin dropped down to around $116,000. The big picture, everything's still perfectly positioned. But here's the thing, everything is still perfectly positioned for what's coming next. Check this out. I want to show you this chart that tracks ISM along with Bitcoin's implied ISM pricing. Now, ISM is basically how we figure out where the business cycle is headed. And this data is fascinating. Julian Biddle, and this guy is absolutely brilliant. He's the head of macro research at Global Macro Investor. Just dropped some incredible analysis this morning. And let me tell you, when Julian posts something, I literally stop whatever I'm doing to read it. His track record is just phenomenal. Why this bull run could extend into 2026. Here's what Julian said, and this is huge. Most people are overcomplicating the idea that Bitcoin's traditional 4-year cycle can extend. It's simple. If the business cycle extends, the crypto cycle extends. Bitcoin is a macro asset, and that's exactly why he, along with TechDev and Raoul Pal, are all arguing that this bull run could actually extend well into 2026. The bottom line? We're looking at a proper alt season coming up. XRP is gearing up for its final parabolic leg, and way higher prices are absolutely in the cards. The waiting game is almost over, folks. Stay patient, stay positioned, and get ready for what could be the ride of a lifetime. The missing rebuttal. Where are the counter-arguments? Now, here's something interesting that's been bugging me. I honestly don't know what the rebuttal is to this business cycle analysis. I mean, I haven't seen anybody make a solid counter-argument yet. Every time someone shows what the business cycle actually looks like, we're clearly nowhere near overheated. And I've never seen a good rebuttal to that. I'm not saying there isn't one out there. I'm just saying I haven't come across it. You know what? I'm actually curious now. After I finish recording this, I might dive deeper and see if I can find some opposing viewpoints. Maybe we can talk about it in a separate video if I find anything solid. Look, there are people with different opinions on whether this cycle will extend or not. Right now, the extended cycle view is definitely the minority opinion. But guess what? Sometimes the minority is right. That's exactly why I'm paying attention to this. Will it actually happen? I don't know for certain. But what I am telling you is that this scenario is absolutely plausible and you need to keep it on your radar. The possibility that this cycle extends way further than most people expect? Yeah, that's totally on the table. Global M2 money supply, the chart that says it all. Check out this post from altcoin Gordon. This guy has a massive following of 808,000 on X, so when he speaks, people listen. He shared a Bitcoin price chart with Global M2 overlaid on it. His caption was simple but powerful. Global M2 looks like this. And people are trying to tell you that Bitcoin is going to $90,000 higher. And folks, he's absolutely right. If you just zoom out and look at the big picture, Bitcoin has been following Global M2 directionally about 90% of the time for over a decade now. Global M2 is going higher. Bitcoin just lags behind it a bit, and the entire crypto market moves in tandem with this pattern. So unless we get hit with some major black swan event, I think we're looking at some absolutely massive movements coming up very soon. Historic breakouts happening right now. Remember when I shared that post from Blockchain Backer just 2 days ago? This was about the Total 2 chart. That's the entire crypto market cap of the top 125 coins, excluding Bitcoin. Here's what Blockchain Backer wrote, and this gave me chills. For the first time ever, the altcoin market, Total 2, closed above the 2021 all-time high. The same day as the Russell 2000 closed above the 2021 all-time high for the first time ever. Years of talking about this moment, and there it was. It's honestly a bit surreal when you hit these milestone moments. We talk about the importance of these breakouts and how they happen cyclically every 4 years or so, but when you actually get that rare day where it finally happens, it's like, yeah, this market is absolutely going to explode. Does it have to be today? Number, tomorrow. Not necessarily. Next week? Maybe, maybe not. But directionally, where we're headed is so obvious, it's almost painful. I don't like speaking in absolutes. I almost never do that. But in terms of what's probable, by a huge margin, this is what's most likely to happen. The Russell 2000 connection, why small caps matter for crypto. And then this morning, Blockchain Backer dropped another gem about the Russell 2000. Now, even if you're not interested in buying small cap stocks, this matters hugely for crypto. Here's why. When the Russell 2000 starts breaking out, that's historically when altcoins start absolutely going ballistic. It's like a domino effect that ripples through the entire risk-on asset space. The psychology behind the risk curve. And this actually makes perfect sense when you think about it. Picture an investor who's active in both crypto and the stock market. When they develop a bigger appetite for risk, maybe because of Fed rate cuts like we just got news about on Wednesday, and boy, did that move the market. Here's what happens. They start moving further out on the risk curve. In the stock market, that means ditching the safe large cap stocks and loading up on small caps instead. That's exactly why the Russell 2000 rockets. And guess what happens in crypto? The exact same psychology kicks in. Instead of just sticking with Bitcoin, investors start buying ETH, XRP, and all the way down the altcoin list. It's the same risk-seeking behavior, just in a different market. Friday's reality check, but the setup remains perfect. So here's what happened on Friday. According to Blockchain Backer's latest update, S&P was up 0.49%, Dow Jones up 0.37%, NASDAQ 100 up 0.7%, but then the Russell 2000 dropped 0.76%, and crypto fell 2.31%. After hitting that historic all-time high just the day before, the first time in almost 4 years, the Russell pulled back. So yeah, we weren't quite ready yet. Here's how Blockchain Backer put it. With the Russell's highest weekly close in history, and coming off Thursday's record high daily close, it's back below the 2021 high, and it's going to have to try again next week. But here's the thing. We could absolutely still rocket from here. And just like clockwork, when the Russell 2000 slipped from that all-time high, Total 2, altcoins, did the exact same thing. This isn't coincidence, folks. It's not some random correlation. When we saw that first Russell 2000 all-time high in almost 4 years on Thursday, it's no surprise whatsoever that the same day, Total 2 hit its all-time high too. This thing is going to go absolutely crazy. Bitcoin dominance, the final piece of the puzzle. Check out this post from Crypto Wizard. No different. This time won't be any different. Every time Bitcoin dominance declines, it does so from a wedge. Another one has formed. Patience pays. And this dominance chart just keeps breaking down. Some analysts are calling for Bitcoin dominance to fall all the way down to maybe 35%. Can you imagine the upside that creates for XRP and other altcoins? We just need to wait a little bit longer. but it's crystal clear this is coming. The patience game. Why I sleep like a baby. Here's a post from Mustache that really hits home. Altcoins macro update. We're facing the biggest altcoin run in years. 2017, 2021, 2025. The impatient lose in this game. The patient wins. And that's absolutely the truth. You know what? I will outpatient anyone listening to this, anyone on the planet. I'm just that stubborn because I believe what I believe. My conviction is rock solid, right or wrong. I sleep easy at night, and here's why. I've been holding crypto for almost 8 years now, including XRP. I've never sold a single XRP in my entire life. Not one. And I sleep like a baby because I know where this market is headed. This market is going so much higher, folks. The mind-blowing example that changes everything. Let me show you something that's going to blow your mind. Credible Crypto just shared this with his 476,000 followers on X, and it's absolutely fascinating. The BNB story, a blueprint for XRP's future now. He's talking specifically about Binance Coin here, but the exact same principle applies to XRP because XRP is also an early winner in the crypto space. Give it even more time, and we're going to see the same type of explosive growth. And here's the kicker. XRP has already been moving significantly over the past year, so I don't think it's a hard sell to convince anyone listening that it's going way higher. So yesterday, Credible Crypto shared this incredible post. Took 5 years, but Binance Coin, BNB, just cracked $1,000 for 30x from this tweet and 150x off the lows I marked here at $6. I sold what spot I had somewhere along the way, but congrats to those still holding. Also a testament to the fact that if you want the 20, 40, or 100x gains, you really do have to be patient. And folks, that's exactly what it takes to win with XRP too. The chart that shows everything. Here's the chart he shared, and this is mind-blowing. Back on October 12th, 2020, Binance Coin was sitting at just $29. The previous all-time high from 2019, only $39.59. And now, Binance Coin just hit $1,040. This is the exact same trajectory you're going to see with XRP because it's an obvious winner in the crypto space. As more money flows into this sector, of course, it's going to flow into XRP. You're going to look back on this a decade from now and realize just how ridiculously cheap XRP was at $2.98. The gains we're looking at are going to be absolutely buck wild. Following the leader, why XRP moves with Bitcoin. Here's a great perspective from Bill Morgan, a well-known XRP community member. He says, there is no mystery why XRP price is down the last 24 hours. Just plain follow the leader. This is the overwhelming reality and the most significant factor in XRP price movement, which is heavily correlated with Bitcoin price dynamics. He's absolutely right. This was even consistent with expert evidence in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. The data showed that the real driver of XRP price is Bitcoin, with basically the entire crypto market moving in tandem. So when Bitcoin moves, XRP does the same thing. It's not surprising at all, it's just how this market works. The growth story that will shock you. But XRP is absolutely here to stay, and here's proof of its incredible staying power. Bill Morgan shared this screenshot that's going to blow your mind. Back in August 2013, XRP's market cap was just $45 million, not billion, million, with an M. That's how tiny it was back then. Today, XRP's market cap is $178 billion with a B. And get this, Bitcoin back in 2013 was only $1.2 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. Only $1.2 billion. Billion.
The mind-blowing math. So let's do the math here. XRP today is roughly 150 times higher than what Bitcoin's market cap was back then. So if you think XRP can't eventually have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap, you've lost your damn mind. It's absolutely possible. And honestly, it's looking more probable every day. Bill Morgan put it perfectly. XRP August 2013. 12 years later, it's still number 3, but the market cap is now a lot more than $45 million. The terrain has changed, but the position is the same. It's coming, folks. Even the skeptics are turning bullish. And look at this. Even Cointelegraph is writing positive things about XRP now, which is always fun to see. Check out this headline. XRP revisits $3 support, but data shows bull still in control. Even they're acknowledging the strength here, and these guys usually trash XRP every chance they get. They're saying the chart fractal suggests a potential 60 to 85% rally in Q4 remains totally valid. And you know what? The best is absolutely yet ahead. My personal exit strategy and why you need one too. Now, here's the thing. We're talking about less than doubling XRP's price with those targets. That wouldn't even get us to $6, maybe closer to $5.50 depending on the exact percentage. And that'll be fun, don't get me wrong. I'll be excited as hell. In fact, I'll finally be selling some of my XRP at that price level. Just a little bit though. My plan? I'm hoping to sell most of my stack closer to the $7 to $8 range. Now look, I fully acknowledge that XRP could go way higher than that. But here's my reality. At that point, it's going to be absolutely life-changing for me. And I've got to take that opportunity. I've got to secure that profit. But I'll absolutely be cheering on everyone who holds longer. If you sell at way higher prices than me, I'm going to be celebrating right alongside you and be genuinely happy for your success. The reality of taking profits. But here's my personal philosophy. Even if XRP doubles from that $7 to $8 range, it's not going to materially change my life much more than cashing out at that level already would. But taking that profit, that would be absolutely life-changing. So I'm going to make sure I secure that win, and not worry about whatever money I might leave on the table. Because here's the truth, I can't sell the top. Nobody can. I can't see into the future, and it's just not worth stressing about. You're not going to sell the top either. Just get that idea out of your head right now. It ain't happening for any of us. The bottom line. But listen, folks, the best is absolutely yet ahead of us. We are so perfectly positioned here, it's almost ridiculous. This thing is coming, and it's going to be massive. We just need to wait a little bit longer. The setup is there. The fundamentals are there, the charts are there, and the momentum is building. Stay patient, stay positioned, and get ready for what could be the most incredible wealth transfer opportunity of our lifetimes.